Am I wrong for requesting to remove an unhoused person from my son's daycare parking lot? This morning, as I was dropping my son off at daycare, I noticed a tent in the church parking lot. Normally, I try to ignore those as they have become increasingly common in Denver as housing prices skyrocket, but this is my son's daycare, and I cannot ignore a potential threat to his safety. I ended up speaking to the management, and they elected to have a police officer come escort them off the property. I feel bad because I know that there's ongoing efforts for addiction support at the church that perhaps he was seeking to take advantage of or not, but I just can't risk an episode or needles where my son plays and felt I needed to do something. So am I the a-hole? Honestly, I don't know why some people are so cruel, because in today's economy, a lot of people, especially in America, they're going through homelessness. People are losing their jobs. People can't find good paying jobs. So why do you feel the need to make someone whose life's already probably hard even harder just because how you feel? Like, if this person was acting out of control, if they were doing drugs, if they were coming near your children or child or even you, then she would have been justified. But the fact that she went out of her way to bother this random person who's probably having the worst days of their lives, probably at their lowest time of their lives, just to make their times even more miserable. Like, what is wrong with some people? Am I wrong for telling my daughter if she hates her stepmom so much, she's free to leave? My daughter is 20 and in college. She has a dorm on campus, but she doesn't live there. I love my daughter, but she can be a lot. Drama follows her everywhere, and I was hoping she would grow out of it, but it never happened. Due to this, she has gone through multiple friend groups, and as she puts it, they're jealous so she doesn't have college friends. I married when she turned 18. I was never married, and her bio mom wasn't in the picture, so this was an adjustment, but I want to make it clear I did the right steps. I introduced them when I was serious 2 years in. I spent more time with her. I didn't force them together. We made boundaries for my wife, like punishment comes to me and not her. When she was struggling, I got her into therapy and did sessions with her. She stopped when she hit 18 since I can't make her go. My daughter is making it impossible for them to get along. If my wife tells her food is ready, she gets pissed. She's bothering her. If she doesn't tell her, then she's pissed when she wasn't invited. It's contradiction after contradiction. I've talked to her. My wife has tried to do what she asked, and then she's pissed she did that. It's impossible. Now to the main issue. My wife's birthday was yesterday. I put her present cake on the table. I had to work, so I left it. I came back and all her presents were open and my daughter was eating a piece of cake. I asked why if she would do that. She told me she doesn't deserve birthday presents. This is when I had enough and told her if she hates her stepmom so much she can leave, that she has a dorm and I don't want to see her until an apology to me and my wife. She started crying and called me a jerk. So, like, either when the girl was growing up, he didn't really pay attention to her, so acting up was like a way of her getting attention, because even if you get negative attention, attention is still attention. Or he never set up any boundaries with her and let her do anything that she wants to do, because it's either or. Why would a grown adult who's past the age of 18 be acting like this? Am I the a-hole? Wealthy friend made me split the bill. I, 36, have been friends with a guy, 48 male, we'll call him Rob, for years. He's a very wealthy and successful guy, does very well for himself and has no kids, never been married before, etc. He's a serial dater and his goal is to date the hottest girl he can. He spends sometimes thousands on them every week and buying them gifts, dinners, and straight up giving them cash. It's his thing and one of the ways he likes to spend his money. Whatever floats his boat, his life, his money, and I don't judge. If he's happy, then I'm happy for him. However, recently he went through an awful breakup that sent him spiraling, and I was there every day and night to talk to him on the phone, offering him advice, read his sometimes over 100 messages a day, and otherwise console him. We're talking hours every day that I was spending on him, and it went on for weeks. Quite honestly, it was exhausting after a while, and there was a lot of trauma dumping going on. I am a single mom who works full-time, and I don't always have a lot of free time or mental energy, but I did my best to support him. He recently invited me out to dinner, saying that he owes me for all the support I've given him. So we went out to a really nice restaurant and had a nice dinner until the end. The checks arrived and he stated, "Alright, we're splitting things." I was shocked as he wanted this dinner and invited me. When I questioned him and also informed him that I had to pay $100+ to a babysitter to be able to go out with him, he insisted that he's not paying for me, that we are just friends. I am able to support myself and my kids, obviously, but going out is a treat because of how costly everything gets. $100 is a lot for me. I sent him my half and left shortly after, somewhat upset as I felt blindsided by this and also felt that he should have treated given the fact that he invited me and also because he makes exponentially more than me and knows my struggle sometimes as a single mom. Am I the a-hole for being upset with him? Will love some insight before I confront him. 1. I have no romantic interest in this guy. 0. I'm not jilted and upset, nor do I have some fantasy that he will be with me. It's just not like that with him. 2. For the people saying that nobody owes me a dinner just because they make more money, you are absolutely right. However, if I had a friend or family member in a tight financial situation I had the means to pay, I would feel horrible taking money from them. Nola218 said, not the a-hole. This guy isn't your friend, he's a user. The invitation to dinner and the IOU would make anyone assume that he was paying for the meal. Block this guy and move on. He's using you as a therapist instead of treating you as a friend. You have enough on your plate without this self-centered guy wasting your time, dumping his breakup woes on you. You will breathe a sigh of relief that you don't have to answer his messages anymore. And don't fall for any apologies. He doesn't care about you. He will just be upset he lost his free therapist. He is way too old to be acting like this. And honestly, I couldn't agree more. Am I wrong for causing a scene after I, 23 male, lost a costume contest at Dog 3? So I'm genuinely losing my mind here. So I love Halloween. I love making costumes and put a lot of effort into it. My friend hosted a big Halloween party at her place and said there would be a costume contest for who had the best Halloween costume under $50. Third and second place would win $25 and first would win $50. So not a huge money prize, but enough to offset the price of the costume. And to me, it was more about the fun of the game. I wanted to win, so I pulled all the stops and went as a Zuru from One Piece and only had to buy $40 worth of material. When I got to the party, I saw the other costumes and there was some fierce competition, but honestly, I think I had the best costume. I thought maybe it was too obscure to people who don't know anything about anime and that may not go well, but it was a good costume. When the winners were announced, I got second. This bummed me out kinda, but hey, I still did well, and again, if I had went with something more. When the winners were announced, I got second. This bummed me out kinda, but hey, I still did well, and again, if I had went with something more ubiquitous, maybe people would have got it. However, the issue arose when they announced first place. First place was a dog dressed like a pirate in one of those shitty Party City pirate costumes. So if I had lost to another person, I wouldn't care. But I had a few drinks in me and my inhibitions were lowered and it was a effing dog. So I out loud asked the host, really, the dog one? And she said yes, and she was gushing about how cute he looked. I said that it was a dog and it didn't even have a say in what it was going as. I told her that this didn't seem exactly fair. She told me to line up and that it was supposed to be fun. I told her that it's ridiculous. She's about to give the $50 prize to the owner for spending $20 on a cheap Walmart dog costume when me and whoever was in third place actually made our costume. She got mad that I called her ridiculous and things kinda escalated into a full-blown argument that required my friend breaking us up. I was then kicked out of the party for embarrassing the host like that. So I don't think I'm the a-hole because obviously that's not fair. If it was a dog costume contest, but having a bunch of people compete and lose to someone's inbred bulldog is so effing unfair. I think I was justified in saying what I said. People there said that I should have just taken the 25 and called it a day. Am I the a-hole? Honestly, if the dog won, the dog won. I mean, it's just like the host said. It's supposed to be for fun and for giggles and for laughs. It's not that big of a deal at all.